you find a beer at lunch as well, Sammy?
No. It's all about your backup. It's not the first run.
Track from Playmaster. Shear is the widest with Ruben.
G'day punters, here we are again, little Thursday night special reflecting the Manikato and Cox Plate, Moonee Valley weekend. Sam Miller, Damon Markine, thanks for joining me
Thanks,
again.
mate.
Thanks, Mac.
Here we go. All right, we might as well get into it. Friday night, Manikato. Who wants to go first?
I'm very excited about Friday. I don't know about how you feel, Sammy. I know we're both going to get down there tomorrow night, so
I'll be
our
there.
home track.
Yeah.
Hopefully the weather holds off.
Short walk for me, so I'll be there.
And a very short price Godolphin runner, which we're always excited about.
There we go.
Biv, you keen on Biv?
I am keen on Biv. I know he's not your top selection, and he's also not the top selection of Punting Form. So let's start there and get into what they think ahead of the Manikato on Friday night. They actually have the Bostonian on top. Look, obviously, they respect Bivouac at the odds-on price of $1.90. The Bostonian, what do we got looking at Betfair at the moment? About $5.50, $6 plus-ish there. And they think
I think more. I think.
Yeah, right. It might even be out further than that. But yeah, they like the draw, obviously out of barrier 3, and look to keep obviously Bivouac on its pocket, on its inside.
If Bivouac runs to his top level, he wins. It's just a question mark. 3-year-old, he's ran 4 or 5. This would be his 5th start. This prep. There's just question marks there. Like if he runs to that level, he probably wins. So I'm happy to go to the Bostonian. I like last run.
Yeah. So we got Dano's little sneaky early mail that not quite ready. But
yeah, he's early. He's marked Bivouac on top at about $1.65. Obviously, he loved Yes in the Everest, which went on to win. Yeah. And we must say Dano's going at a 38% clip this spring carnival. So
yeah,
that's one way to fill your pockets.
And yesterday, Prince of Iran.
Yes, in the Geelong Cup 2, had Prince of Iran on top, and that drifted and then came back in to win.
Miller backed it. Was there with the boys.
Yeah, Dicko and the boys.
Yeah, very good. Was there.
Backside.
I'm marking you about $1.30 that you slept on the couch last night, Miller, given...
I was straight to the couch. Once I get to that time slot, I'd be on straight for the couch.
But you still get to back it up with the Manikato this week. So
yeah, I know.
2 leave passes.
I know.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, it's amazing stuff.
Too good.
Do you find a beer at lunch as well, Sammy?
No. It's all about your backup. It's not the first run.
Anyways, to straighten up, let's just go through the Manikato. Obviously, Dano's got Bivouac on top.
What do you mark it?
Assessed at $1.65. So the SSS form in the Everest, obviously very strong. Thinks he's the best horse in the race. Does respect the Bostonian, but he thinks in this spot, obviously you just want to bet the best horse in the race and just hope that 3-year-old form coming down from Randwick wins.
Yep.
So that's how Dano's assessed it. Sugar Shane has the Bostonian on top. So they're somewhat agreeing that the Bostonian is probably the next best thing there.
Threat, yeah.
But Punting Form's actually got high confidence on the Bostonian. So
betting up, Sugar Shane's also in good nick.
Yeah, 6.5% ROI. So I mean, still respectable numbers, especially when you're tipping every group race, Mac.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Quick shout out to the boys in Armidale. They own Yes, the local pub I used to drink at. They went off in the mounting yard. So it was big scenes. So Harley and the boys.
That was back big too.
There was.
There was some plenty sharp money on the weekend, but that was smashed from 9s into sort of 7-7.
Yeah, it was firm the 9s, and then you guys were just saying then that hit late. So
Lise and Yes were the ones they wanted very late.
Yeah.
I know that you were
16s to Lise.
Yeah, so they came for them both late.
Can't eat odds, unfortunately.
How'd you go in the mounting yard yesterday, Sammy, when Trolley just went around the gym at Geelong?
I thought he looked pretty good in the yard, but it didn't transfer. Yeah.
Oh,
anyway,
well.
Send him to the paddock, mate.
You had a good run anyway, Sammy.
Yep.
Cox Plate. Let's get on with it.
Yeah. So you go first, Sammy. I think with this one.
Yeah. Okay. Straight into it. I think everyone's talking the Japan horse, which Liz Grosso, maybe.
Yeah, that'll do.
That'll do. Everyone want to have a crack at that.
Close enough.
Word is I'm hearing a lot of word that it's just it might just go forward and just be too hard to sort of get. What have we got there? We've got Shane's on that one, isn't he? Liz Grosso?
Yeah, he's back both of them, isn't he?
Yeah, so Shane's touching that with Mystic Journey. Loves both of them. Mystic Journey obviously had the bad draw in the Turnbull. Probably Stettle's a little bit easier here.
Yep.
And is suited probably for a better run. And obviously Liz Grosso I think it's run for 120 days. So obviously it's first up in Australia. I guess Damien Lane on board. as well.
Familiar.
Ran a PB over the 2000 in Sha Tin 2 runs ago. So yeah, Shane likes those two.
Yep.
You like anything outside of those two, Sammy?
Dano's got the shark in at about 8s or 10s. Or
Yeah, she might have even been shorter.
Yeah. So Dano.
The Acau
What do you
shark.
mark it?
Yeah, Dano has Liz Grosso at $4.50, so obviously $4 Betfair right now, so not a heap of value. Mystic Journey $6.50 assessed ish, and Betfair right now about $8.40. So again, likes the draw there. And then he actually has Tiakau Shark.
Yeah.
So shout out to Matt Tward and the rest of New Zealand there. The pride of NZ.
We've got one Kiwi that was meant to be here to tell us how to pronounce that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so assessed $9 and $19 on Betfair. So that's probably the one with overs.
It's a cracking race. It's a hard race.
Yeah, go on.
No, you go.
Well, I don't know. It's hard to jump off Mystic Journey. I think that she hit $3 like a couple of months ago when she was in just steaming form, and then a couple of question marks. It seems silly to me out to the price.
Oh yeah, I don't even really know what the question marks are. Like they wanted to see if she could stay over 2000. Turnbull, they dropped her back. She ran home really well.
Yeah.
Now draws a gate, goes in $8. Like
Pride of Tasmania.
Yeah, I wouldn't talk anyone out of that. So
Japan.
Seen a few tickets on Twitter as well with multis like Nat Fife into Mystic Journey and Jeremy Cameron and the rest of it. I saw one, the $70,000 return if Mystic Journey gets up. So
Gotta try
perfect example of how to use the lay feature on
Yeah, I was wondering how you're going to tie that back,
Turn it.
Dame. Bloody hell.
Have to get it in there somewhere.
True. Good chance to lay. All right. Anything else from the weekend? We got Punting Form's full set. Any Group 2s, Group 3s that stood out?
Yeah, so obviously there's a few ones. We won't touch on the ones with low confidence, but we'll start with the Oz Stakes, and you take that shit there, Sammy. So medium confidence on Lucifer's Reward.
yeah, I see Dirty Works come out. You're saying before.
Yeah, I think it's been scratched. So
Yeah, look, it's a tough race. This one, I think Lucifer's Reward's about 10s. You'll probably get it around that. It just depends. Like Condo Express in the Mackenzie, I really was impressed with that run. But 370, maybe look at the 10s on Lucifer's Reward.
Yep.
gets blinkers on for the first time is what Punting Form are
Yeah,
a little bit
okay.
attracted
And
towards.
push it
And
Yeah,
I think they're just looking at the benchmark ratings there. So
Yep.
Lucifer's Reward at $10, best last start performance against the benchmark.
Yeah, I can see
They
it.
like that. Obviously, next race 6, is the Jump and Golf Vase.
The
Moonlight
Vase.
Maid is their tip there.
Yeah. Often like a good derby prelude the Vast.
Yeah.
They're going with the girl here, Moonlight Maid. I don't think they've got anything.
No, medium confidence. So it comes off the Edward Manifold. Brett
Yep.
won that and steps up to the 2000.
You got Brandenburg, who's coming off a third
Yes.
against Castelvecchio
Yep.
and Shadow Hero.
Yeah, that looks a
Vecchio,
danger, doesn't
obviously,
it?
in the Cox Plate, and a really good chance at the Cox Plate.
I think that jumps as favourite about 250-ish at the
Yep.
moment. So
I think we were at Caulfield when that Secret Liaison come from last.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, Stokes was awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty handy.
Very good. And
And-
then Humidor.
yeah, the Gold Cup. Obviously, there'll be a few disappointed horses in there to not get the call up to the Cox Plate.
Yeah,
Mr.
Mr.
Quickie and
Quickie.
Humidor. How did you see that one, Sammy? You think any of those horses should have got in over?
Humidor for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of chatter about that.
I just think I find it hard to put something like Kluger in who hasn't won in 3.5 years, and it looks to me like they're just building Humidor up to the Cox Plate, and that was probably why he was running on, working home. He deserved his chance, running places to the mare the last few years. Anyway, I won't harp on about it.
They're going for a little bit of X factor, I think, this year in
Yeah.
the Cox Plate as opposed to runs on the board.
Yeah.
It
Anyway,
seems.
he's got to jump 2,400 now. He's
Yeah.
actually 2,400 record's not bad. It's like with a big weight, was fifth in a Caulfield Cup, and he ran second in a BMW over 24.
Yeah, right.
So against this lot, I reckon he's looking pretty good.
Yeah, him or Mr. Quickie, you'd think, probably.
Yeah, I'll stick with the old boy.
Yep. Yeah, obviously, Damien Lade gets back on board too. So, yeah, medium confidence from Punting Form there at about the $5 mark on Betfair.
Yeah.
So that probably takes us through most of the races, unless there's anything you else want to touch on, Sammy?
No. Is there another soccer stitch up coming my way here?
We'll leave that to the franchise next up. But yeah, we do have a competition, J-Mac, as always. No winners last week, unfortunately. So, do you
Did we
want
make it too hard for him or something?
What's that?
Did we make it too hard?
You just got to
No
pick a
one's
winner.
watching,
You just got to pick a winner in the Cox Plate. So
What was last week's one?
What we do? Caulfield Cup.
Caulfield Cup. So no one,
Fair enough.
no one found it last week.
Yeah.
So yeah, this week,
A little easier, potentially.
yeah, Cox Plate, pick a winner. Drop it in the comments, and you will grab some Betfair merch that Sammy's not. Oh, you are wearing today.
Yeah, I got one. I always get something.
Yeah, no Manchester United merch.
No.
Bloody hell.
That's it. Drop it below.
All right. Thanks, boys. Appreciate it. Dame,
Thanks, mate.
stay with me. Millie, you need a little rest. Probably
Need a rest,
find
I'll
a little couch somewhere
I'll
in
be
here.
asleep over the back there.
Little IV
That's
drip
it.
potentially, and get the big fella on. The Pride of Mildura joins us round 2. You little beauty.
I'm very excited to be sitting next to Dylan on the couch.
That's the only way you can introduce me.
Well, Dylan Puccineri, but
Thank you, mate.
there's a few ways. The franchise. I gave you the royal pump up last week.
Lovely to be here. Thank you.
Well done, Dylan.
This is going to be good. The antagonist, the protagonist.
My usage rate is about to skyrocket down and just defer to the franchise here. So,
let
Dill,
you know.
what's up? Our sport man, resident sport man, fingers across a lot of pies when it comes to sport. What do you got for us this weekend?
I guess the big one is the Rugby World Cup semi-finals. New Zealand, England, the biggest one between those two.
Huge.
New Zealand currently $1.40 to win that game. The analysts who went 4 for 4 last week on the semi-finals and have had a really good tournament. They are on England at plus 7.5. I think New Zealand bring an intimidation factor usually when they play, and the analysts have sort of gone with England, aren't going to be too fazed by that. Eddie Jones, a really good coach for them as well, and the line is good enough, expecting it to keep it close there. So that'll be a fantastic game. Make sure you tune into that.
My man, Johnny May, on the English side.
Yes.
Very good out wide.
Here we
Watched
go.
him last week against the Aussies.
He's watched 3 minutes on Twitter and he's chiming in.
Yeah.
Very sharp operator.
And the next game, Wales v South Africa. The analysts are on Wales plus 7.5 there as well. So both underdogs this weekend. Expecting it to be very low scoring game and could even see Wales pinching it outright.
Beautiful.
So a bit of value there. New Zealand clearly though the dominant favourite in the outright market and expected to win overall.
Big price,
$1.80.
Wales.
$1.90 currently on the Betfair exchange. Plenty of available there to take as well. So, but yeah, been strong favourites the entire way.
Yeah.
Wales $15 on Betfair.
Yep.
So big price, especially if the tip is
get
for Wales
through.
to potentially get through.
Yep.
So it could be
Not
a
a
bit
bad
of value
back to
there.
lay situation, is it?
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I suppose if it's going to be low scoring and the analyst, very sharp operated on the plus, I suppose you can get in and out there.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm kicking home England. I've ridiculously got a few futures bets on the Poms.
Yep.
No real rhyme or reason, but see what happens.
I think New Zealand haven't been at their best yet, and they're probably running out of time to get to that peak where they were. They were decent against Ireland, but Ireland didn't just. I think they got intimidated by them. So yeah, England look a good bet at that plus 7.5.
Very
Nice
encouraging.
one.
Little brief touch on the NBA. It's all good, all systems go, which
Yes.
means Betfair productivity is absolutely through the floor.
It is
Speak
true.
for yourself, Mac. Definitely not the franchise.
True.
But yes, we've just launched our new model, which we're very excited about. One of our data scientists has come up with an absolute freshie for the 2019 season. Not only rated prices, but also projected points. So daily model, if you're looking at modeling anything yourself, or you just want to look at total points markets, team total points markets, or just find value on a daily basis, definitely want to check in on. And then Dill's man, Josh Lloyd,
Yep. So,
tips Wednesday and Friday. So don't have those yet, but you want to touch on it a little bit?
So he'll be doing weekly tips for us throughout the entire season. Tough start yesterday. Had the Pelicans plus 7 and couldn't get it done in overtime.
That's outrageous. You take the plus 7 and you get rolled.
Yeah, that's
in an overtime result.
That's the NBA for you. But the NBA model off to a great start. Had the Clippers projected at $1.60 when they started nearly around the $3 mark.
Yep.
Every game, every single day, that'll have outputs. So make sure you check that out on the Betfair Hub.
Quick one from you, Dill. Pick for the NBA title while you're here on the record.
Too hard. I'll say Houston.
Interesting.
There
What
you go.
price they? Betfair.
11?
30s.
Yeah, big price. I've always
Not too
been
far.
a big fan of Harden, and I think with Westbrook together, as I mentioned last week, they'll go very close.
The ball hogs at $11.
Yeah.
Something like that. Is that right?
Well, they're fun to watch. So
True.
It's good.
Draining threes. Onto the proper basketball.
The NBL. Well, I wouldn't quite say the proper one, but
There
it
we
has
go.
been good. Tough break last week with United not getting up against Perth.
Ooh, and traded at
$1.02. So
Killer.
tough one there, but they started again $1.72, so took the right price there.
$1.90s you tipped them, United.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, you tipped them. The analysts tipped them.
The analysts,
$1.90.
the analysts tipped them at $1.90. So they've got two more this week. One for Friday, Adelaide v Cairns. Cairns got their first win last week against Perth on the road, which was astounding, really. The market's sort of overreacted there, according to the analysts, and they're taking the line on Adelaide. And they've got one on Saturday as well, where they're tipping the Kings to cover against the Bullets. The Bullets are a bit shaky at the moment, not really knowing how to play or what to do. And the Kings just look like the strongest team right now. They're 4-0, so they're tipping the Kings to cover there, -5.5.
There you go.
No LaMelo Ball this week.
No LaMelo. He's been doing well though, and it's good for him to be in the league. I think I guess the attention of everyone paying attention to the league is a lot bigger with him in it, and it's only good with more eyes on it.
I know Sam Miller, that was sitting on the couch before, has been watching a ton of LaMelo play. Won't watch anyone else. Will only watch LaMelo Ball
that right?
play. Yeah,
Ball
very
man.
interesting stuff.
Didn't know that. Anyway,
Very good. Little shout out to the Giggity Goo, our UFC man, Gugabe.
yes.
Yeah.
Another soft card.
You
this
can go
week.
through his card, soft card. He'll be on the show next week for
Ooh.
UFC 244.
Big one. Masvidal Diaz.
Exactly.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
We've got a little B grade card this week, and he's got his tips on the hub, as he does every week.
Yeah. So picks Frank Camacho to win and Staropoli, I think if you pronounce that. Both dogs, so both outsiders in their respective fights on the weekend. So that's the mail from the Giggity Goo. Your man, Mac.
Very good.
Yeah, made it very clear that it's a low confidence card.
Yeah, not his biggest,
not
is it?
too much that he likes, but he seems very keen to dive in next week. So that'll be good.
Ooh, exciting.
Always important to get the early price from Gugabe as well.
Normally the market with him, yep.
Exactly.
As any sharp operator, you'll find that's the case.
Yep.
Anything else from you, chaps?
Liverpool this weekend, Dill. Final word?
No, not really much of a word. I was keen to lay bivouac.
Okay.
The Manikato Stakes. I think the barrier 1 there will be a problem. And the SP Pro history of the race has always been quite big, so I'm happy to take on the favourite.
Do you want to have a
there.
coffee bet on it, me versus you? On the show.
Sure.
He's got overs as usual. Got the $2
It's a good price.
$2 coffee.
Straight to the fair to lay it.
Unbelievable.
Very happy
Anyways,
with
that's
that.
it. Perfect.
Thank you, boys.
Enjoy a massive weekend of racing and sport.
Subscribe, enter the comp, bet.